obviously.
All right, we're live, and we're live. Welcome back, you Inglorious Bastards and Magnificent Bitches. It is I, Doc Camo.
And Ken Santos, yeah.
And we're back for another episode of That's On Point. Last week we were supposed to talk about the Orange Man Bad and the breaking and development in the Epstein case, but after recording the first segment, we got into a conversation off mic that we couldn't get so we had to invite A on to finish that conversation because we couldn't get it out of our head.
Yeah,
But we're back, and we're back via regular scheduled program, Orange Man Bad. But this time it's relatively new news. Trump just signed a presidential memorandum omitting illegal aliens from being undocumented immigrants from being used in drawing congressional districts from the census, but the ones on the census from being used like that.
Yeah, but if they're not documented, do they actually have the right to be counted without actually being, in the system?
I mean, I don't think they should be counted without being in.
Don't get me wrong, everybody deserves the right, but, go fill out your paperwork, do it right. Pay your taxes. We all pay taxes.
I served with people that did some unscrupulous things for citizenship.
Yeah, exactly. Do what you gotta do.
But no, it's serious, you shouldn't get more electoral power because you have non-citizens. Because that's why they're doing these sanctuary cities, the Democrats, and they're like, sanctuary, come here, come here, come here, because they're trying to get more power, because they don't want Trump.
Yeah, the more people they think they have, the stronger their votes are going to be.
Well, no, that's because they're losing American votes. Even black people, 1 point something million black people voted for fucking Trump in the last election. And
we gotta pick lesser of two evils sometimes.
No, sadly, even Tim Pool agrees. Right? Trump really is, you can't, Joe Biden, he speaks for himself.
Sniffs children, I don't know. That closes it for me. I don't need to hear anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Sniff my kid, bro.
Joe Biden is a mess. He's all out there with his, fucking, hilarious fucking dementia going, when the butterflies came to the pool and rubbed my leg with the children in the fucking...
Hey, there's yellow.
A nice Cosby reference. But anyway, back to the memorandum. I mean, they're here, and, Trump also, he made a path to citizenship for DACA, the Dreamer children. And, there is paths to citizenship available for people, and they need to take that path, or they need to get the fuck out.
Well, as we've learned in the past here, does everybody want to take the path? Do we believe everyone's going to follow this path? Probably not.
They should follow
They definitely should. I agree 100%. There should be more stricter regulations to ensure that they do so. But, everybody's against, as we would call it, the law.
He's really building that motherfucker?
I'm just saying, don't get me wrong. China did it. Granted, now they're just a messed up place.
The Great Wall of China
But the wall... I'm not talking the failed part. I'm just saying you got to try.
No, they did build the fucking largest wall in the world.
Yeah, they don't need an epic wall, but, at least just people.
And now they're
come on,
fucking
guys, just cross the border regularly.
They're putting all those.
With this? Don't get me wrong. There's probably some restrictions for crossing the border that should change mildly. I don't doubt that. I don't know if they do it. I honestly don't know, but maybe it would make it more appealing.
There's a spot with the Canadian border where you just go up to an empty booth. And you pick up a phone, and it dials, the Mounties or something. And they're like, yep, I'm here in Canada, crossing into this peninsula, because it's a peninsula in America, but you have to go through Canada to get it. And then you just do the same thing when you cross back to the peninsula. All right, I'm back in America. And there's another booth. It's just
stuff like that. Simplicity.
Yeah, you can't do that.
But that's an honor system. These people don't know what honor is, let alone how to
the
use
fucking
the
Mexican cartels are like a military. Mexico is a fucking mess.
They're like, we don't need to tell you what we're doing. It's a courtesy. Okay, you're over there, you get injured, nobody knows. Months later, people find you. Now it's this huge thing. Now Canada's involved because you had to cross through Canada. Now they didn't know, and now everybody's going through.
The cartels literally
it's a problem for everybody.
Declared war on the government down there.
Well, of course, it's the cartel. They're crazy. They were running most of it anyway. Now they're trying not to be ran, and boom, look at this. They're fighting back.
I mean, Trump offered them help. He said that he would help them liberate them from the cartels, but nobody really offered that.
Yeah, well, we're building a wall, so they're probably just like, well, fuck you. You're blocking us out. What, you want to come in, destroy our country, and then build the wall and lock us in this fucking ruined mess you leave us with?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
The cartel
will help, and then they blow up half
I mean, not everybody in Mexico is a shitbag, but
that's the point I'm making.
I mean, the cartels are Mexicans, which means they're technically turning their own place into a shithole.
Well, that's the point I'm making. Yeah, they want to be like the movies where they're sitting there and the dude's got like half his teeth rotted out, he's wearing bullets, it's crazy, and everybody looks like that.
No, I'm just saying, if you come here, the right way. You're not Mexican American. You're American American. That you came here because you thought Mexico was a piece of shit, and then you came here for a better life.
Yeah, that's the racist part of it that I feel is like you're Asian. No, you're just fucking American. Like you came here because you wanted to be here. Like if I went to France, I would be French, not fucking French American. Like they say French America, which is a part of Canada or something.
Putin said that too. You come here to be Russian.
Exactly. Like you're just that. Like why not? He seems like he's a cool guy. Russia looks like it'd be fun.
Putin takes care of Russians. Russians love Russians. It's the rest of us that they're like.
Yeah, they hate everybody else. It's probably because we're retarded, and they're just like, we just love ourselves. We should all love ourselves, period. We're like, oh, well, you're
there's
this.
There's nothing wrong with national
black
pride.
dudes over there doing the same shit.
I love being an American.
Fucking funny ass and shit. They're all happy.
I love being American. There's nothing wrong with fucking national pride, because I love being American, because I love fucking homeless people, and don't get me wrong when I'm saying this, guys, because
homeless lives matter.
Because homeless, we should help homeless people, but our homeless people, our poorest fucking people, live better than the averagest motherfucker in the poorest of countries like Africa and shit. They live the fucking. They could walk into places and get fucking water, and that's a law. They have access to clean water. They're not hugging water with a bucket and
Hey, that takes some talent though. It's pretty impressive that over years of development, they've learned to master these things. Don't get me wrong, we could probably benefit.
I mean, if you had to walk 10 miles...
I've seen some fat people that could definitely use to carry.
I mean, America has a lot of fat people that we could probably send to help carry buckets. But I'm just saying, if you had to walk 10 miles to get water, you would fucking carry that fucking bucket.
Well, that's the thing, is everybody's got to.
But like I said, if you go to Britain and you move to Britain, you want to be British. If you move to fucking, that's how it was. Don't come here up from your shithole seeking a better life and then try to make us like your shithole. You left your shithole because your shithole was a shithole.
Yeah, we're going to respect the fact that you're going to do you and whatever. You keep your entire culture when you come here at your house and with your family and your friends. That's your business. Nobody cares about your business unless you want them to. It's simple. Just like anybody else. They can do it at their house. They can practice it wherever they go, but expecting everybody else to.
Also, people are
too much.
People are upset that you have to learn English. We had a fucking discussion as a people. And we had a bunch of different languages that we were trying to pick for a national language that everybody could use, and everybody knew this one already, so it was the best choice. We just modified it a little bit because fuck the redcoats.
Yeah.
But however, that didn't prevent you. You could still speak Spanish with your family, but you're supposed to know English so you can go into a store and speak so everybody can do business in the common tongue.
Exactly.
It's not about you can't do your language. It's not about...
That's like anybody that goes and does distribution overseas in any trade. They have to learn the language.
Oh yeah, when we were in Germany...
It's just to communicate. Simple. It's so everybody can understand each other.
When we were in Germany, before they even let us go out and talk to people, we were isolated and shit on this post, and I think it was Frankfurt, and they make you take classes on a language. You have to it's not you don't come out fucking speaking German you fucking live there.
Everybody should take multiple language classes. The more languages you know, the more money.
But you start. You learn enough. You sound like a 5-year-old, but you learn enough to talk, and it's even better to learn more because you don't want to sound like a 5-year-old. But but you have to learn. When I was in Germany and I was out in Germany, I had to speak German.
Yeah, das gut.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch. It had to be happening. So Trump's pulling troops out of Germany, bro. Just that popped into my head as we were talking. He's pulling the troops out of Germany.
Why do we have troops in here? I mean, besides we have our own, like, station there.
Yeah, we have bases there where we, like, employ German citizens and just, like, provide for the general defense of Europe because they all destroyed each other, and we said we'd pay for it while they rebuilt. But now that they're rebuilt, Trump's been trying to make them pay all their, like, fair share and shit. But I think he's pulling troops out because of China.
Because of what he thinks might happen with China.
Well, it's not what he thinks about it. It's going to happen. China's collapsing right now. They're going to do everything they can.
Define collapsing. Like, are they just imploding on each other? Which
they
kind
could
of makes sense. There's a lot of them, a lot of shit in one place.
They put the Uyghur Muslims in fucking concentration camps, bro.
They put what?
They put the Uyghur Muslims. It's a Uigharo. Put the graphic.
You put a link up.
But they put them in concentration camps, and they're like shaving their heads and taking their organs, and they're selling them to the other shitbag Muslims that were fighting in the stupid ass jihad. Because Muslims can't do, like, blood transfusions and shit because they have to be kosher. It has to be people that follow the Muslim faith. So now you get these diehard Chinese Muslims that are like, you know how fucking Asian people do it with their honor. Yeah. When they go into a fucking...
They go into it, they go,
They go fucking into it. And so, like, these are, like, probably the purest Muslims on the face of the earth. And Chinese are using them like a fucking organ factory to sell to the other Muslims. Wow. So they can get, yeah.
Wow. That is some shit.
And how long before they just fucking put on?
And how did this country just not explode? Like, on its own. Like, think about it as a people. Like, you're sitting there, you're hanging out, you're chilling, and then the next thing you know, your best friend for like 20 years
how
the
200 and something billion Chinese people haven't just rose up and the Communist Party? I have no idea, bro.
Well, like, let's all gather this. So, everybody in China has been in the military. Like, it's mandatory there. You have to do that for a couple of years.
Is it?
Yeah, it's mandatory.
I'll have to, like...
I'm pretty sure it's mandatory. Almost 100%, unless you have enough money, which some of them do, most of them don't.
I'll put a link. We'll figure that out.
So, at this point, they've all...
I mean, most places overseas it's mandatory.
Yeah, so you've all had military experience, and there's so many of you, no matter how many drugs or whatever it is over the years you've done to, like, destroy yourself. Whatever it was. I'm pretty sure enough of you with some knowledge together have enough knowledge to do something.
Yeah, in a country where everybody knows Kung Fu.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Whoop some ass.
I feel you. But yeah, no, I think it's the right move, all in all. Going back to the actual Trump, the topic of the day segment. I think it's the right move, cutting them from the... Because the electoral power has already been shifted by giving the land of Eastern Oklahoma back to the natives. And if other tribes get the similar treatment, electoral power is already going to be massively shifted. It shouldn't be artificially inflated.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. That sounds great.
But I think we're going to end this subject here, and we're going to take a break and come back to the next segment.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments below. Post, like, share, subscribe, link it.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Trump not counting the undocumented immigrants in the electoral vote, the signing of the voter districts for electoral power?